How old are you?
Today I'm 63 years old.
And how are you feeling today?
Today I feel great. I think that I've, you know, come this far by faith, and thankfully, no illnesses that I can complain about. Regular old age, I guess, aches and pains, but nothing I can complain about.
Okay. Advice to yourself 1 year ago. Any advice that you would give yourself a year ago, and a year from now?
A year ago, I should have been more intentional about retirement. I should have the things that I'm doing today to determine what retirement will look like 2.5 years from now is something that I should have started even before a year ago, but definitely at least a year ago. A year from now, whatever I decided to do now today is something that I should have accomplished, or at least be on my way to accomplishing a year from now.
What is most important to you right now, in this very moment?
Remaining healthy is most important. As you know, I just had a new grandchild, and I would like to be there for when they grow up, just be a part of their lives. I want that they would remember me and not just have a knowledge that, you know, they had a grandmother but never got to know her. So I'd like to remain healthy for that reason. And I'd like to be around for my other grandchildren as well.
Do you feel pressure?
Right now?
Any sense of the word?
It's something that I have to work on a daily basis, not to feel pressure. Because obviously the window of opportunity on a whole bunch of things that of life is closing. That window is slowly closing. And it is hard not to live in a state of like regret. I shoulda, coulda, woulda. So I'm trying to be gentle with myself and not put a lot of pressure on myself. I did the best that I could, and yeah, it's what it is. But it's hard. It's constant work. It's constant work not to put pressure on yourself, because obviously we're growing older. I'm growing older.
What did you eat today?
Every morning I get up, I have a 16-ounce glass of apple cider vinegar. I did that first thing on an empty stomach. And then I had a sandwich, a chicken sandwich with some tomatoes, and I had a glass of water.
What do you want to accomplish a year from now?
I'd like to buy a house. I'd like to buy a house or build a house, preferably not in the United States. So that's what I'm trying to work on right now. Even if I do end up living in the United States, I'd like to have a holiday home at home.
What makes you happy in a relationship?
A relationship?
Any sort of relationship.
It's a difficult question to answer because I'm not in a relationship. If I were in a relationship,
But the happiest
guess
moments you've had in previous relationships, what did it have?
I just wanted to be heard. I wanted to be acknowledged for being a strong woman and bringing something to the table. I think that the relationships that I've been into in any serious way has always been somebody who just had the old norms and didn't want to change. Especially given the times we were living in, you know. I am independent. I am strong. I am one of those persons who, you know, would just like to be heard. I would give my opinion, and I think it's valid, and I think it warrants an ear. So it didn't work out that way. So here I am, single, but I'm okay with that too.
Name one of the biggest things you're struggling with.
Cholesterol. Even though I say I'm healthy, I still have a cholesterol level that borders on being very high, so I constantly have to be watching what I eat, my exercise, my stress level. Yeah, I have to just continuously make sure that that's okay, because at least I had disease and stroke, and obviously that's not something that I want to suffer from. I saw how my mom suffered, and I don't want to have to be with that.
Who are you in one word, and explain why?
Strong, because I've had to be. That's it.
10 questions. You just take for granted like your parents' presence in your life until they're actually gone. And I think I felt a little bit of that when grandpa and grandma were dying. Like I remember recording a conversation with them and asking them like advice on life or asking them questions about when they were younger. Just for remembrance, you know, like it's just different when you can look back and listen to their voice or see their face, and that's why that book is so important, like your autobiography. Like how can we almost like catalog our history, our descendants, like where we come from? It's gonna mean so much to Elodie reading that one day.
Yes.
Or you know.
Yes.
You know? And you're a matriarch in our family. You're the matriarch. You are the backbone of literally everything that holds us together. So it means a lot to like record that, timestamp it, and like continuously check in with, because it's a privilege that you're still here with us and that you're going to be for years to come. But just try not to take that for granted, if that makes sense.
About making sure that we stay connected, and you know, we just do what we have to do. Determine what's important and then work towards making that happen.
Yeah.
Because tomorrow is not promised. We only have today. And that's what I want to do. Probably the only reason why I'm even thinking of going out today is because, you know, you could stay home and not go anywhere or not do anything. But then you get to lose that friend, and then there's this regret that you live with, like, you know, I really should have.
Yeah.
And then not only I should have, I think the more important thing for us to realize is that we could have, and we didn't.
Yes.
And that's the part. If you couldn't have, then that's another story.
Yeah.
You know, clearly if you're living across the world and it's just too expensive, or it's just not feasible, or you know what I mean. In one of the questions you asked me about, you know, regretting a year from now what I'd like to do is connect and stay into tune with my friends and the people who are there with me and who raised me and who are part of me. It is.
She was one of those people?
We were so close growing up. We sang in the same group. We attended the same church. We attended the same functions. We were always together.
Yeah.
The same picnics, the same cookouts, the same.
Parents knew each other.
The parents knew each other from way back.
Yeah.
You know, it is one of those kind of persons, not an acquaintance. Somebody whose home we were always in, and they were always in our home. It's that kind of growing up. And even though I am 40-something years removed from that time when that happened, or 45 years as a matter of fact, removed from that time, when she passed away, all those memories just came flooding right back. And I was like, I'm there. She's in my house. Carolyn is right there. I see her face right in front of me, smiling, and she looks the same. And now she's gone. And I hadn't seen her in a while. But like I said, it's another wake-up call. It's just one way of just saying, hey, listen, let's just be more intentional about the things we do. Because a year from now, I don't want to be having this same conversation. You know what? I did not get a chance to see somebody who I promised that I was going to see. You know, and then didn't. Not because I couldn't, but because I didn't. Yeah.